The number 13 has special significance, represents completeness. According to Buddhist concepts, the number 13 represents the 12 links of dependent origination plus one consciousness, which are the 13 elements that make up the cycle of birth and death. Practicing the 13 Dhutanga practices is seen as a method to break this cycle of rebirth and achieve enlightenment. Consistent with human capacity, the 13 Dhutanga practices include rules that are just enough to train the mind and body of practitioners, without being too demanding. Comprehensive, these 13 practices encompass all the necessary aspects for practice, from eating, clothing, and shelter to how to interact with the surrounding world. Suitability for the purpose of practice. The 13 Dhutanga practices help to purify the mind and body, increase wisdom and morality. Each practice has its own unique effect, supporting each other in the practice process. For example, eating only once a day, ekasanika, helps practitioners control their greed, while staying anywhere, avasatha, helps them practice detachment. The number 13 practices is just enough to achieve the goal of practice without being too complicated or overwhelming for practitioners. Based on the experience and realization of the Buddha, the 13 Dhutanga practices were taught by the Buddha based on his own experience of practice and realization. These are the practices that have been applied by many generations of monks and nuns and achieved good results. The number 13 practices has been proven to be suitable for practice and achieving enlightenment. Conclusion: the fact that there are only 13 Dhutanga practices and not more or less is due to the harmonious combination of spiritual meaning, human ability to practice, and the purpose of practice. These 13 practices are the basic and essential practices for purifying the mind and body, increasing wisdom and morality, helping practitioners on the path to enlightenment.